Hello, everybody. This is Jamie Shaw, and Jamie Shaw's Marketing Show, and I am your host tonight. And I have Miss Terry Miller alongside me, and we're going to give you a little treat tonight. We're going to talk about
Yes, we are.
some self-limiting beliefs, and I started reading "Get Out of Your Own Way," and Key Stage going to talk about
Yes, we are.
some self-limiting belief. Turned me onto this book, and and then I started reading it, and one of the first things that popped out was the 10 things that you can learn from self-defeating behavior. So that's the topic we're going to cover tonight. Um, so number one thing that is on your self-limiting beliefs is you need to work on it now. So if you have self-limiting beliefs, you need to work on it now. If you have the mindset that I can't do this business because it's too hard, then you need to work on that now and figure out how to overcome that self-limiting belief. If you have the belief that I can't do videos because I'm scared, you need to get over that self-limiting belief and you need to work on it now. Same with blogging. If you have a problem with blogging, you need to get over that belief, that self-limiting belief. Every excuse we make why we can't do something, that's a self-limiting belief. And these are the steps, or not the steps. These are the things that cause your self-limiting belief, and I'm trying to teach you how to get over them self-limiting beliefs. So number two is jump from the frying pan onto the counter, not into the fire. So in your haste to change a self-limiting belief or self-limiting behavior, we might jump in from one self-limiting belief to another. Oh, I can't blog because I can't come up with content, so I'm going to jump into video marketing, but I can't do videos because I'm scared of being on camera. Okay, so you need to figure out how to get over them fears, and like it says, you don't want to jump from one frying pan to the counter, onto the counter, and into the fire, because that's what you're doing. You got to solve one self-limiting belief, then move on to the next step, and solve your self-limiting belief on that. I had a hard time with video marketing myself, and a lot of people are afraid of videos. And why I was always afraid of videos, I have no idea. Looks like Katie's got her chocolate already, so. But why I was ever scared of videos, I don't know, because when the challenge was put out to me to do my own hangout, I jumped at the chance. It took me a couple of weeks to get it set up. I got it set up, started doing it, and now I'm more than comfortable doing these videos. So let's move on a little bit. Number three is avoidance is no solution. So if you let's take your blog for instance. I'm not going to do my blog post today because I don't know what to write about. So you're avoiding the situation. So instead of avoiding the situation, find some resources to write your blog post. Find some topics, do some keyword research. Go read some other people's blogs and see what they're blogging about and get some ideas. And then you can come up with some content to put out yourself. We teach the learn, do, teach method. So go learn what someone else is writing about, do it, write your blog post, and teach somebody else how to do it. Step number four is there is nothing more futile than trying to change another person. If you're afraid to do, let's say video marketing. If you're afraid to do video marketing and you won't get on a Facebook Live or record a video on YouTube, then how are you going to teach somebody else how to do it? Or you have a coworker, say, that's negative, and you're trying to change their beliefs because they're negative all the time, but you don't work on your own beliefs and your own negativity. So you're trying to change somebody else, but you're not trying to change your own. So it's like I lost my train of thought.
And that,
Go
oh,
ahead.
I was just going to jump in, and then right there, which you and Katie have taught me, could be a perfect topic to blog on.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah, correct. You don't want to. You can't change somebody else's mindset and stuff for them. They have to do that themselves. But if you're putting out a negative mindset to them and you're trying to change their mindset, then you're defeating, step number 4. There's nothing more futile than trying to change another person. So you can't change another person if you're not willing to change yourself. So number 5 is you can't fix something until you admit it's broken. So, and coming from an AA background, that's step number 1. You have to admit you have a problem. Terry knows that too, because she's a recovering alcoholic as well. And that kind of goes along with step 5. Go ahead, Terry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say we're powerless. I'm powerless over alcohol. I just have to, and that is the way it is, right? Sorry, I was just jumping in there.
All right. Yeah, and so, and that's step 1 in AA. Admit you have a problem. You can't fix the problem until you admit you have the problem. Whether it's taking you 3 DUIs to admit you have a problem, my bottom is what they call it in AA. When I hit bottom, I out drinking with my cousins. We drove through 3 counties, and I don't remember how I got home that night. And I drove all night long.
Ouch.
So, as soon as I realized, how many people I could have injured or killed that night, I admitted I had a problem, and then I worked on going through AA to change that problem.
Can I ask you, Jamie? Was that your choice, or did someone make you?
No, that was my choice. I knew I was at bottom then. Like I said, we started in the county I grew up in, and we went 2 counties over, hitting every bar on the way down, and then we hit every bar on the way back. And I don't remember anything that night at all, period. I could have killed somebody. I could have run over a kid. Anything could have happened. And I would have had to live with that the rest of my life. And when I realized what I'd done, I had a choice to make: either get help or just continue what I was doing. And what I was doing wasn't working because I've told the story in the workshop. I was making about $350 a week at my job, and I was probably spending $200 to $250 on a weekend on alcohol. That's how bad I was.
Oh my goodness. Well, my bottom was almost 2 years ago. I drank for a very long time, and this was my 3rd DUI. And God had his hand on my car because I had my son in the car with me. And I am so lucky and fortunate to this day that he's sitting right over there.
Right.
And so I'm sitting in jail, and I'm like, okay, I had done oh God, if you just get me through this one more time, oh no, I was done. And the day I got out of jail, I was in an AA class right away. I had someone come pick me up, and boom, I was in there. I had no clue how it worked. But now, it'll be 2 years in November. So I'm so glad now that this is my fuel. God has saved me, and I get to be here with you guys.
That's awesome, Terry. And Katie made a comment, yeah, I told you so. You were going to say that after doing videos. Yeah, and she's absolutely right. I admit it. I don't know why I was scared of doing videos, because they're not hard. And, the fear is a self-limiting belief, and that's what we're talking about tonight. Okay, step number 6. It takes seconds to destroy trust and years to rebuild it. And that's something we talk about in our workshop a lot. Be yourself when you're presenting marketing material. Don't lie. Say, oh yeah, I'm making 7 figures a month. I drive a Lamborghini. I've got this or that. I go on vacations all the time. When you're just talking the talk and you're talking shit, because that's what it is. It's shit, because I'm not rich. Am I making money? Yeah, I'm making money, but I'm not rich. Someday maybe I will be, but right now I'm being a leader and trying to provide value to you. So be honest to your prospects. You know, we spent so much time prospecting people. You know, they become our friends. You know, me and Terry, we knew each other before she joined me. You know, and we became, once she joined me, we became really good friends. You know, and she talks to me about some of the stuff that she goes through and stuff. You know, and everybody needs somebody to lean on.
Yeah, it's great to have Jamie as my my partner. And like he said, yeah, all, you know, in the middle of the day, I'm like having something stressful, and he's always can just pull me out of it. He's so good at that. And oh darn it, I had a thought too, and now it escaped me. Let's see, what were we talking about? Self-beliefs. Yes, Katie, you did say that as soon as we got our faces out there, that was the first thing Dave told me, is you need to start making videos.
Right.
It's like, oh, I don't know, because, you know, I didn't like myself. I was not happy with myself, and that's kind of where you were earlier. You know, I didn't like me, but it took looking in that mirror and doing those positive affirmations that got me back out, and now I am more comfortable going live on Facebook. And so what if my internet connection pops out on me? You know, just go with the flow. But I'm more comfortable with it. And Jamie, you just have been such a great inspiration to me. I mean, I look up to you as my mentor, pretty much. You know, so that's all I would say.
Yep.
I'm getting tongue-tied.
That's awesome, you know, and it makes me feel really awesome that, you know, I can mentor you, because, you know, like I've talked about before, I don't do the work for Terry. I mean, I show her step by step how to do something, and she takes action and does it. And that's what a mentor does. A mentor guides you and course corrects you and helps you along the way. If you expect a mentor to do the work for you, then you're in the wrong business.
Yep, that's right. I was told that by a certain person. You got to get in there and get your feet dirty.
Might as well go back to your 9 to 5 if you want somebody to tell you what to do all the time. So, let's move on a little bit. Number 7 is, where there's a will, there's a way. You know, I've been doing this network marketing for like 8 years. I have never quit. Yes, I've changed companies a couple of times because I didn't think the company was helping me. I wasn't making the money I should be making. And, you know, a lot of the problem wasn't the company. And that's what it takes a while. Once you change your mindset, you learn it's not the company, it's not the product you're selling, it's you that's the problem. And I mean, I've had my ups and downs. You know, I've been in a funk last 3 weeks. My grandmother passed away like 3 weeks ago. And I've been in this funk, and I haven't been putting the content out there I was using to. I lost the momentum I had, but I will never quit. That is not in my vocabulary at all, and to quit, you know. And I want to tell a little story about that. My oldest son, he's in the United Kingdom over in Mildenhall, England, serving in the United States Air Force. He is 5'3", and he weighed 150 pounds when he was in high school. And he was a running back on the football team. And when he first went out for junior high football, he come home and said, you know, Dad, I can't do this. I'm little bitty, and these guys are huge. I can't do this. I said, it's not about how big you are, how strong you are. It's about how much heart you give the game. If you give the game 150%, then you will be successful in the game. And when time he graduated high school, he was Rushville's first 1,000-yard rusher since 1995. So he did what I told him to do and played with heart. And I've seen that little guy run over people that were my size or bigger like they were nothing, you know. And he was 5'3", 350 pounds, but he was fast and he played with all heart. And that's something you have to put into your business, you know, whether you know how to do something or not. There's somebody out there that can teach you how to do it. You got to go into your business and give it 100% heart.
That is so true. You got that right. And not take advantage of other people, and not take it, oh, I lost that word, for granted. You know, I don't feel like I take you for granted. Oh, Jamie, you know, you show me exactly how to do it, like you said. Or, you know, okay, Terry, now tell your story. Put it in there. That's good. You coach me along, and I think that helps us as individuals develop as a, as we're doing our team and on our Saturday nights. I mean, how many people do we get Saturday nights? It's crazy. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. And since you brought up stories, that's something I was always afraid to tell my story, about the alcohol. I was afraid people would look bad at me, about some of the crap I've, dealt with all my life. I grew up in a household where my father told me, I'd never amount to nothing and that I was stupid, but my dad was an alcoholic, I don't blame him now. We have a good relationship now, it's because neither one of us drink anymore. That's why we have a good relationship, so, but I was stuck with that self-limiting belief for so long that every time I got close to success, I would fail because that self-limiting belief would kick in and say, you're never going to amount to nothing. It's like Katie and I were always talk about that we were left out on an island. I use the analogy. Yeah, I had Wilson, the volleyball, with me, and he would tell me, why are you going to write that blog post? Nobody's going to read it. Why are you going to create a video? Everybody's going to make fun of you. And that's the self-limiting belief talking to you. And we do that to ourselves all the time. And you have to learn to talk to yourself. I learned something in Mastermind I'm in, the Deep Abyss. It's called, when you have one of them negative thoughts, you, and actually this comes from the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the original one, when Gene Wilder is saying, when he has a negative thought, he says, scratch that, reverse that. So he changes a negative thought into a positive thought. So, that's something you can do. You can go watch the movie and see how he uses that analogy. So when you have a negative thought, scratch that, reverse that. I can't blog. Scratch that, reverse that. I am a master blogger. There you go.
That's right. That is good. Jamie, I actually popped on our feed today, and it was winning the game of fear. It was a gentleman. He just attracted, what he was talking about. And I got my notebook out and I started writing, because he said, what are you afraid of? And that is so funny, because I wrote failure, but I also am afraid of success.
Yep.
Do you ever feel that way?
Yeah. And, most of us are afraid of success because we've either been that close to success and we quit, or we've never experienced real success, and I never experienced real success in a real team until I aligned with Pat and Katie and Dave, and we started all hanging out together. I met Pat and Katie in person in Nashville, and we all hung out together the first night in Nashville. And every time I seen Pat, like, hey, how you doing, buddy? He gave me a big shout out last night on the hangout. And that's just how Pat is. He's more worried about me being successful than he is him being successful. And that's what I love about Pat,
And that it trickles down the line, doesn't it?
Right. And same way with, our other upline, Laura Parrish, she's more worried about you being successful than she is about her own success. And she talked about that a little bit the other night on the team call. So,
hey, Jim, can I give you one more thing that I heard this gentleman talk about?
Sure.
I gotta put my glasses on. He said, fear. Fear is nothing more than a non-conscious response. That makes you think, doesn't it? A non-conscious response.
Fear, I've heard an audio on this.
His little thing at NUOGYM.com. Katie might know who that is. I was really inspired by it this afternoon when I was watching. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. I listened to an audio. I think it might have been in the Deep Abyss, but fear is something that your mind manifests, and it's part of your self-limiting belief. Fear doesn't exist. It's something you make up in your mind to keep you from taking action on what you fear. I feared doing videos. In my mind, I was telling myself I couldn't do videos because people would laugh at me. Here I am on doing my own hangout. I don't see anybody laughing at me. Katie's
nope.
No.
The dogs. Yeah.
Pat makes fun of me. He always says that I harassed the waitress, but he was the one harassing the waitress. Really, I think she was flirting with him, but
That's more here or there, right?
All right, we're on step number 8, and step number 8 is you can teach an old dog new tricks, and yes, you can. I mean, just because you get older, don't mean you can learn. You can't learn new things. I am an engineering technician, a senior engineering technician by trade. I went to school for computer-aided drafting. And I'm a highly educated person. I have 2 associate's degree in computer-aided drafting. I have a bachelor's degree in technical management, and I did 2 semesters of my master's of business administration, and then I was like, I had brain freeze and said, I don't want to do this no more. So I never finished my master's degree. I taught myself how to do IT, and the one software that I use to design highways, I taught myself, and not many people can teach themselves how to use that software. It takes a highly intelligent person to learn how to do that. And I'm not saying that I'm super smart. I'm just saying I'm persistent to learn what I need to learn. And me and Dave talked about this one night, just him and I hanging out, and he asked me, he said, how many hours of sleep do you get a night? Well, I average about 5 hours sleep a night. I'm 48 years old. I still sleep 5 hours a night. And he said, well, highly intelligent people work at a high level. They learn things easily, and they sleep very low. So, well, maybe I am smarter than I give myself credit for.
I think you are.
My wife says it all the time. You're smarter than you are. And, this marketing thing, you overthink it all the time. That's why you're not where you should be. And I probably do. I come from an engineering background, and you have to analyze everything in the engineering field. You have to calculate everything. And so I'm always overanalyzing it, because if I screw up a design and the engineer didn't catch it, it could jeopardize somebody's life. So I guess that's why I always overanalyze everything. Yeah, the waitress did have a crush on Pat. I'm pretty sure he did. He put a comment in the comments about that the waitress had a crush on Pat. Yeah, I think he did. She did. But just because we're getting older, like I said, I'm 48, Terry's 51. We're still learning new things, and just because you're getting older don't mean you can't learn anything. Of course, I don't learn stuff as fast as I used to. I could watch a video and I could do it right now. Now I got to watch the video 2 times to be able to do it. So, but you can still learn how to do new things, and to overcome the fear and the self-limiting belief that I can't, try learning something new and tell yourself I can, and then you'll learn it. See, number 9 is self-involvement is usually a root of self-defeating behavior in a relationship. So a person that is self-absorbed, that is all about me, is a person that's self-defeating himself, because he's only worried about himself. We run into marketers like this all the time. And I was talking to a gentleman on the way home, and I wasn't texting and driving. Google has this feature on Facebook when you send a message to somebody. I got a message to Terry. Let's see my phone. If you hit the little microphone button, I don't know if you can see my screen or not. You hit the little microphone button down there at the bottom. You can talk and do talk text. And it does pretty good. So that's how I was answering you on the way home. I was driving, and I was using the talk text, and I was talking to this gentleman. His name is Malik Emir. And I wanted to give him a shout out because, we were chatting back and forth. He asked me what business I was in. So I told him, I'm an MLSP. And he's like, that's cool. He said, you're not like most people in MLSP. He said, they're sending me a link and just blowing up the system, and they're spamming me all their links, and and they want me to join. I'm like, I offered him the $10 trial. He said no, he wasn't interested right now. He's interested, but he's not interested right now. I said, okay, no problem. I don't have a problem with that. You don't have to join me, but come to my hangout and see what we have to offer. So I just want to give him a shout out. I hope he gets some value out of this webcast. And if he joins my team, great. I'd love to have him as a team member, but if he don't, I'm not worried about it. And when you quit spamming your links out there and become a real marketer, and start providing value to the workplace. I got work on my mind still, to the marketplace. Then people start coming to you, and that's what it's all about, providing value to the marketplace. Spamming your links out there is pushing people away from you and chasing people away from you. Every time you spam your link to somebody, you start talking to somebody and say, "Oh, here's my link, go to it." They run away with their bags packed, saying, "Bye, I'm out of here," because you're not giving them a value. You're not giving them a reason to align with you, a reason to join you. You got to talk to them just like I'm talking to you right now. Give them a reason to follow you, connect with you, and want to join you.
Give them value.
Yeah, provide value to them.
Hi.
There we go again. I don't know if it's old age or blonde moment or brain freeze or what.
He's just got that haircut.
Yeah, all the hair's falling out. That's a sign of wisdom, is all the hair falling out. So. But we'll move on to number 10. And number 10, a few things make you feel worse than giving into self-defeating behavior. But few things make you feel better than overcoming it. This one is kind of tough for me because I guess I can read a little bit of what it says. Everything else I've just give you my opinion of it. I didn't read the text to you, but this one's a little tough for me. So, it goes on to say, like eating sweets or having an affair, the high you feel after indulging in the self-defeating behavior is short-lived, and the shame and the guilt and self-contempt you feel in the wake is not only chilling but long-lasting. So what they're saying in this book is, if you're in the moment of, Katie's got this chocolate fetish, so she's on this high eating chocolate. Do you feel bad after you eat the chocolate? Or you overindulge in the chocolate? And like they talked about, having an affair, most people, not most people, but the people that feel that they're not getting what they need in their relationship and they feel the need to go out and cheat. When they cheat, they're at a high when they did it, but as soon as they're done with it, they feel bad and like, what did I just do? I am a terrible person. And that's what they're talking about in step 10. It's a self-limiting belief. The self-limiting belief allows you to feel good while it's happening, but when reality sets in, you're like, man, what did I just do? And I can't talk from experience because I haven't done it, but I mean, if something like that happened to me, I wouldn't be able to look my wife in the eyes, and because we've been each other's rock for 22 years, she's my best friend, I'm her best friend, we share everything. And to violate somebody's trust like that, would just kill the other person, and I couldn't live with myself if I did that. So those are
kind of on that subject. I had my little guy. I also have 2 older daughters, and my oldest daughter had threatened, I'm going to take him away from you if you don't stop. And so now I'm, 20 months into being sober, and I'm just now getting her respect back because she just lost all respect in me because I, drank all the time and, I wasn't there for him or her. So that's kind of, and it hurts so bad because I'm trying so hard, but I had to learn that I'm doing this for me first. And then, they'll come around, and they are, if they're, but it's just really been hard, 20, of them hating me so bad for what I did, but I just kept doing it. I didn't, I wasn't clear, but, now I'm clear, and 20 some months later, she's starting to come around and let me hold my grandchildren. It's been really, that is a hard one to deal with, but you just got to do it.
Right. And it's funny when you give up the alcohol, how your friends treat you because they went and partied with you all the time. And they're like, oh, I don't do that no more. Well, then you lose friends really quick because you don't party no more. Well, I'd rather not party and not have friends and have my life, or have to live with that I hurt somebody the rest of my life.
Absolutely. You know who your best friends are when you stop drinking.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I have two best friends that still are my best friends today. And uh, one of them still drinks, and he don't have a problem with it. He'll sit there and drink a beer, and he'll say, it don't bother me that you don't want to drink with me. That's fine with me. I don't care. And I'm fine with that. And I have no desire for it anymore.
Yeah, me either. I've not even considered it, wanted it. And I've been through so many surgeries. I broke my neck last year.
Right.
And, I got through that without alcohol, and that used to be my crutch. Oh, but I hurt so bad. Can I, and now I'm learning to deal with it. And I am a good Christian. Well, I am a Christian. I believe in God, so, I just look to him and, okay, give me guidance, all right, I broke my neck. I don't know why, but we'll figure it out down the road somehow.
And that's something I heard this morning. I didn't listen to a Deep Abyss call this morning. I actually listened to Joel Osteen this morning, and he talked about that pain is only temporary. We're giving pain, a lot of people believe in a higher power or God or whatever they believe in. I mean, myself, I believe in God. And he says that God gives us pain and it's only temporary. We have to struggle through the pain to get where we're supposed to go. And I said it Tuesday night on the call, well, no, it wasn't Tuesday night. It was Saturday night. I read what I wrote in the Deep Abyss. Sometimes I feel like I'm not enough. But after I've gone through some audios and stuff since Saturday, I am enough. I do have value to give the community. I do have value to give on my hangout. I'm a smart guy. I learn things easy, and I've always had a problem with the teach on the internet. But I've come to realize that the pain I suffer, I went through to learn how to do something, or the struggles I've had in my life, the pain was just stepping stones to where I am now. All the struggles and all the pain that I went through made me the person I am today. And the pain is designed for you to step into the person you're supposed to be. That's what I'm trying to say. And you have to go through them pains and them struggles, and like the stuff you've been going through, Terry. God has designed it for you to go through them struggles, to step them steps, to step into the person you were meant to be. And
that is so interesting you say that, because I would call my landlord, we're very, very close. And she showed up the other day and she gave me this beautiful card and a beautiful watch. I don't know if you can see it, but anyways, let's see. I can't twist. There it is. Anyways. And she said, just remember, it's in God's time.
Yeah. I mean,
and I just thought,
we're so used to instant gratification, when you pray for something, if we don't get it tomorrow, then we're upset about it, and God works in his time, not in your time. When you're supposed to step into your power and be the person you're supposed to be, then you will step into your power and be the person you're supposed to be. I've heard it in network marketing ever since I've been in it. When you're ready, the teacher will appear. Well, Dave and Katie appeared to me, and they've helped me grow into the person I've become today. And they're the teachers that appeared before me. Evidently, I'm the teacher that Terry needed to step in front of to help her along her journey, and she's growing, stepping into her power. So,
I'm getting goosebumps. This is good.
Keep persisting, to where your journey, where you're at today, is not where you're going to end up tomorrow. And last week, I asked a question: where the richest place in the world was, and it's the cemeteries. Because it's ideas that have never come to pass. Books that have never been written, songs that have never been written or sang, ideas that have never come to prosper, inventions that have never been invented. Because people were afraid and feared to take action and step out of their comfort zone and go do something. I mean, I have a good job and I make really good money. You know, me and my wife make 6 figures a year, but it's not the money that I care about. I missed part of my kids' life growing up because I was always at my job. I'm missing out on my grandchildren's lives because I'm always at my job. I spend 9 hours a day at my job and I spend 3 hours on the road. Total that up per week, I spend 40 hours at work and I spend 15 hours on the road. That's a 55-hour week every week. If I could put that 55 hours into my business, I would have the time freedom to do what I want to do, spend the time with my children. You know, even though they're adults now, I could still spend time with them while I'm still young enough and still here. Joel Osteen makes another comment. Your life is like a mist. We're here for a moment, then we're gone. So while we're here, we need to do as much as we can when we can to leave something behind to our legacy, not our legacy, but to our children and to our families, because we're only here for a moment. So you have to live that life to the fullest in that moment. Anybody in the chat have any questions?
I just looked at it. But that is so true. I like that. We're like a mist.
I mean, I listen to a lot of Joel Osteen. I listened to Tony Robbins today at lunch, Business Mastery, and you know, and he was saying the same thing. It's funny how when you start getting some clarity in your mind, each speaker you listen to Joel Osteen. I listened to Jim Rohn a little bit this morning on the way to work. I listened to Tony Robbins. They're always telling me the same thing. You know, fear is only something your mind makes up. Pain is only temporary. They're all repeating the same thing. Dave and Katie and Pat have all said the same thing to me. You know, just get over it and start doing videos, because the fear is only temporary. It's something you manifest in your mind. You know, and something that Katie always used to tell me, she listens to audios at night when she sleeps, because when you start with your mindset training, you can't change your conscious mind. It's your subconscious mind that you have to change. And so listen to them while you're sleeping. You're programming your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is active while you were sleeping, you know. And so that's why Katie sent me this book, Get Out of Your Own Way, you know. And so I started reading it. I haven't got very far into it yet, you know. And then I got The Breaking Habits of Being Yourself, which is Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, which I got it in PDF form, so I printed it out off the internet. So
that's good. You know what else is Will? Am I echoing?
yeah, you're fine.
Okay. William Wood was on today, and he given us the link to a meditation, you know, and he even just told us if we just take 3 minutes of our time, just breathe, you know, and it'll just be amazing. And then he sent the that link to the meditation, and I got halfway through it, and then somebody knocked on the door and the dogs were barking. But I'm looking forward to listening to that every night this week until next Tuesday. He's going to come on again and give us some more good nuggets. He's really a great inspiration.
I'll tell you a little secret. If you Google William Wood and find his podcast show, you can download all his podcasts and listen to him every day.
Oh, I will then.
Because I have a bunch of his stuff on one of my portable hard drives around. You know, I've got so much mindset training around that it's not even funny. I could probably make my own product, but I'm using somebody else's, you know, trainings, so I can't really package it together and give it away, because that would be wrong, because that's their product. I need to make my own.
That's right.
But, you know, if you want to change something in your life, you know, you have to make the decision and change, you know. Something that Jim Rohn was saying today, you know, if you're setting goals, if you're not writing them down, then you're not going to achieve them. If you don't have a plan, you know, Sonia sets out a schedule. Well, I'm not a scheduling person, you know. I don't script my show. I fly by the seat of my pants all the time, and I get things done. But I need to document my goals and you need to too. You need to document your goals and what you want to achieve, and
I'll jump in here. Katie said that she saw on the interwebs, people are not afraid of heights. They are afraid of falling. Point is, you're not afraid of video. It's up to you to figure out what you're really afraid of.
Yeah. And that's a really good point. That's a really
Awesome.
good point. You do have to figure out what you're afraid of. And a lot of it may be programming when you were younger, growing up through school, a teacher maybe told you you couldn't do something, or told you that, you might have fell off the jungle gym and that made you afraid of heights, so that's the fear. And that's something that you have to correct in your self-limiting belief. That's why you go through the mindset training and you learn how to change that belief. That's what Dr. Joe Dispenza does. I listened to his, when he was on the Wednesday webinar for MLSP, he went over how to change some of your mindset, and that's what the Deep Abyss is about, how to change your mind and how to make you think different and get rid of the stuff that you're afraid of, how to get rid of the fear, how to get rid of, like I'm a smoker, I'm learning that I can use this stuff to change my brain to make me quit smoking. And that's, I've been doing it for a long time and it's killing me and I need to quit. So, and I've been looking at it after going through all this mindset training. If I can make myself quit drinking, I can make myself quit smoking.
Hey, there's a good one. Yeah.
But you have to have the desire to do it, and when it comes to marketing, people, I hear all the time, I'm overwhelmed. I'm so frustrated. I don't know what to do, it's because you're learning a new habit. I mean, you're coming into network marketing or internet marketing or affiliate marketing, whatever you want to call it. You're learning new steps. I mean, like I said, I was trained to be an engineer. I'm basically an engineer's assistant. I can take a project from the survey data all the way to construction plans and go out and watch them build it.
Wow.
But it's taken me 18 years to get to that point to do it. I started out as a lowly CAD technician that just did markups, and that's all I did. Now, I go through the whole plans. The engineer looks at them, and I change what he wants changed, and then they go out for construction. So I can do as much as he can do. He has some more mathematical background than I do, but the engineers I work with, they treat me as an engineer because they know I can do everything that they can do. Yep. And most of them can't draw, and I can. So, but so when you get in the internet marketing business, you have to learn how to say market on it. Last night's training was on Instagram. You have to learn how to market on Instagram. You're not gonna post 2 posts on Instagram and get 5,000 followers overnight. It's not gonna happen. That's not how it works. You have to learn how to be consistent.
See what I mean?
Learn how to do it every day, be consistent, and follow a plan of action, how to do it every day. The previous company, we always heard income producing activities. Learning how to be consistent and posting value is an income producing activity. Scrolling through Facebook and looking at what everybody's post for the day, that's not an income producing activity. It's not going to make you any money. Having a hangout, I mean, it's not really an income producing activity. It's providing value for the community so people connect with me and see that, I'm a rising leader and sometimes I do know what I'm talking about.
And the other thing is that we're real. We're real people. I cut dogs at work, and I have a wonderful 8-year-old son. Okay.
We all fear we all fear change. Most people hate change, and going through change is difficult for some people. But in order to, what I want to say, everybody says step out of your comfort zone, but I hate that phrase so bad, because what is a comfort zone? I'm safe here in my office, I'm safe. I got my guns in the background, so I'm safe. So that's my comfort zone. Well, so if I walk outside, I'm not in my comfort zone no more. That's a stupid analogy. But I don't think there is anything that is a comfort zone. I mean, and this is just me rambling in my opinion, if you do something that you're not used to doing, they call it stepping out of your comfort zone. Well, I don't I don't look at it as you're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're learning to do a new activity. So you're adding to your repertoire of what you already know how to do, and you're adding um, a new piece of the arsenal to your what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, to your arsenal of tools.
Your yeah, your inventory.
So getting over the fear, once I did my first video, it was like, man, what was I so afraid of? There's nothing to be afraid of. Making the video is not hard. It's getting people to see the video and promoting the video and syndicating the video that's hard. And that's where the real work comes. Same with writing a blog post. It's not hard to sit down and write your thoughts down on a blog. The hard part comes when you got to syndicate the blog and get it out in front of people's eyes, because if you don't get people to see your video or your blog, you don't get traffic. And guess what? You don't get it if you don't get traffic. Traffic's the lifeblood of your business. If you don't get traffic, you don't get leads and you don't get sales. So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get out there. I've heard so much not to call it, nobody wants to call their leads. Well, I don't want to call my leads either. But when you first start out, if you got to pick up the phone and call a lead to get them to join you, then why not do it? And there's training in the MLSP's back office. There's Instagram training, there's Twitter training, there's video marketing training, there's Snapchat. I mean, Katie's a Snapchat expert. I don't even mess with Snapchat. I have enough on my plate with doing my Hangout, doing my blog, doing my videos. I'm doing Twitter occasionally, and I'm dabbling in Instagram a little bit. You don't want to overwhelm yourself with new stuff. And they always say you want to master one, and I'm bad about that. I take on too many things at once. So I scale it back. I mean, I've always had Twitter, and now I've got Instagram, and I'm not active on them a lot. I'm focused more on my blog and my videos, which, like I said, I've been in funk. I haven't made a lot of video content here lately. I haven't wrote a blog post in a while, and I can feel the funk finally wearing off. And doing my show every Thursday night is helping me come out of that funk. I'm providing value to the community. I'm starting to come back. It's hard to lose somebody that you're close to and get over that, and you come back to that question, am I enough? Why am I here? What's my purpose in life? And, my purpose in life is to help people like me that are in corporate America. They can't spend no time. They missed out time with their kids. They're missing out time with their grandkids, and they want to retire. That's the person I'm looking for. That's the person I want to market to. That's my target market right there. And
then the other half of that, let's do the other half. Your other half, me, is disabled.
Yep.
And my goal is to get off of the government money. I want to be able to have more than that set check. So that's my desire and my drive, is to be able to provide. I want to take him to Disneyland so bad, but I can't. I don't make enough money yet. I will soon, but for now. So look at the flip side too. The people that are disabled or can't work, that only get a set income. It's great for us. This opens up another opportunity for us to make money legally,
Right. And did you catch what Terry just said? I do not make enough money yet. If you say I don't make enough money or I can't afford it, then the words you say that come out of your mouth, I don't have enough money, your ears are the first person that hears it. So you believe that you can't afford it, so you don't get it. What she just said is, I don't have enough money yet. So she's telling her mind that today I don't have enough money. Next month I may not have enough money to go and do it. So that's part of the framing your words and stuff like that. And you listen to a lot of marketers that are in the mindset development, and Tandy talked about this on Wednesday one night when she was doing the mindset stuff. You know, the words you speak all the time, those are the first words you hear. So if you're speaking out negative, then you're always going to hear that negative. I'm going to poke myself in the eye with a pencil.
I'd put mine down too.
But you know, and I catch myself doing it sometimes too. You know, I'll get stuck on a project or something, or I'll get stuck writing a blog post, and I'll be like, why are you doing this? Okay, why am I doing this? Because I want to change my situation. You know, have you ever seen the movie 8 Seconds with Lane Frost? You know, he tells his wife, you know, when they're getting back together, he says, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to ride bulls. I don't want to have to get up in the morning and know I got to run off to a damn rodeo. I just want to spend my time with you, you know, and that's where I'm at in my life. I want to spend my time with my grandkids. I want to spend my time with my kids when they're home. I mean, my son over in England, I seen him. He was in Japan first. The first 2 years he was in, I didn't see him at all. He come home for 30 days. Then he went back to Japan for a little while. Then he transferred to England. He was in England 2 years. Then he come home for 30 days. So I've seen him a total of 60 days in 6 years. You know, and he says he's getting out in March and coming home. I mean, I know he hates England, but I don't understand why he would get out of the military when he's already put 6 years in, spend another 14 years and retire, because there's nothing here. You know, that's why I have to drive 3-hour round trip to work, because I can't make the kind of money I make in Rushville, Illinois, because we got a population of 3,200 people. When I was unemployed, you know, I went up to the office that helps you re-educate yourself and stuff to get back off of unemployment. I said, well, I have a background in IT, you know, and I have a degree in computer drafting. She said, well, IT's not hot. I'm like, what? Maybe in Rushville, Illinois, it's not hot, but the rest of the United States, it's one of the fastest growing careers out there. Well, they wouldn't help me go to school because she said IT wasn't hot, and she wouldn't put in the paperwork to help me get retrained and get more IT experience and more IT training, because it wasn't hot in this area. And, you know, and I find that ridiculous, you know, that you have to depend on someone else to help you out. And it's just like your job, you know, you go to work, you spend 40 hours doing your job. Why can't you spend 40 hours a week working for yourself, providing value for your clients, and doing what you need to do to build your own business? And then you answer to yourself. You have your time for you. You have your time for your business, and you have your time for your family. You know, and that's the dream that everybody looks for, is that we want to work for ourselves, you know, and make money from the comfort of our own home. You know, if I can make the kind of money I'm making at work, you know, and I'm slowly progressing there. When I make the kind of money I make at work, sitting right here in front of my computer, I'll make videos all day long. I'll put content out all day long, you know, and I do now, even though I work a full-time job, and I come home Monday night, I spend an hour and a half on 24-hour marketing mastermind with Dave and Katie and Pops. Then on Tuesday night, I'm on Team No Sleep's team training call. Wednesday night, I'm on Pat Patterson Wednesday call. Then I'm on the MLSP training call. Last night was on Instagram training and the updates with Instagram, and it was pretty awesome. There was a lot of value. Last night on Wednesday was Erin Birch, you know, and she went from a mom with, I think she was a mom with 2 kids, and she went from nothing to an L6 leader, you know, an MLSP in a year, or a year and a half, something like that. You know, it's just crazy, you know. And here I am complaining because I've been in MLSP, 5 months, you know, and I'm not where I think I should be. Well, I struggled for 7 years because I wouldn't do videos, and I start having momentum and start gaining momentum, and start changing my attitude, my mindset, and I start growing as a person. I start having some success. Let's figure that out. No videos, no success. Do videos, gain momentum, have success. You know, it may not be huge success, but every little breakthrough is a success. You get 5 leads today, that's success. You get 5 leads today, you get 5 leads tomorrow, you get 5 leads the next day, that's success. You get 1 sign up, that's success. You know, you write a blog post and get your content out there, that's success. You create video, that's success. Anything you put your mind to, you can do. You just have to make up your mind that you want to do it.
That's right. And remember, you know, just baby steps as well. I mean, you can't, like, I'm working on my new Facebook fan page, and I'm like, I'm not going to try and rush it and get it done in one day, because then I'll probably miss out on an opportunity. So I'm, you know, just even if it's baby steps, but I'm still I'm giving myself kudos for that, you know. So not get down on yourself either as you're going. Did I go the wrong way?
Oh, I think you went the right way. I mean, you know, and that's what I was talking about earlier. You know, you're learning a new task by becoming a network marketer. So you have to. I mean, I'll give you for example. My job, every year I go to what's called an iBug conference. It's the software I use. It's Bentley MicroStation and Bentley Geopack. Okay, it's made by Bentley Corporation, not the car Bentley, but. And then I use AutoCAD Civil 3D to do subdivisions and stuff like that. I use the MicroStation Geopack to design highways. Well, every year we go to a conference for iBug, Illinois Bentley Users Group, and I get probably $10,000 in training for about $150. But every year I go to that training, and every quarter I go to their training portal, and I watch training videos that are on there. I'm the CAD manager. All the CAD technicians answer to me. We make sure everything's done to standards and it goes out the door correct. You know, so I have to keep up to date on all the latest and greatest that the software will do. You know, they've had a shift here in the last year where everything's going to a 3D design. So I'm designing a roadway in 3D. Well, I'm designing it in 2D, and it's creating a 3D model for me. So, you know, I have to keep up to speed on that so I can train the new users on how to do it. You know, in Civil 3D is the same way. I'm designing a subdivision right now. Well, today I was putting in storm sewer and sanitary sewer and water main and stuff, and I'm got a 2D view open. I got a 3D view on because I'm laying my sanitary sewer in. I don't want it to conflict with my water main and my storm sewer in there, but so I don't want them running into each other because they have to have like a 2-foot separation. So I got to sit there and I got to see it in 3D to be able to do it. You know, 10 years ago, you know, didn't have that ability, and we could do it. And 20 years ago, when I first got into this industry, we were doing it on the drafting board, drawing it by hand. You know, so the technology has changed so much, and that's the same way with internet marketing. The technology has changed so much. You're not doing home meetings no more. You're not going from door to door selling like I did with rainbow vacuum cleaners. You're not having house parties anymore. You're not going to big hotel meetings. I mean, you're marketing on the internet with your videos and your blogs and your Instagram and your Snapchat and your Twitter and you know all that. That's how you're marketing your content out there. And
I even put in one of my videos kind of what you're talking about, as well as you can get an education online. You can get a diploma. You can get a degree. You can do it all online. So why, yeah, I thought that was fascinating when I started thinking about that. How much? Mm-hmm.
April Marie Tucker made a big comment last night, you know. And I think it was Laura Paris who made the same comment too tonight. You get in MLSP, which if you want to get in MLSP, there's a big candy-like button, yellow button down below. I'm going to use Katie's phrase, candy-like button. It says, yes, let me in. You can get in for a $10 test drive, try it out and see what you got. But April Marie Tucker and Laura Paris said this the other night. You get in MLSP, you take a test drive, you get, I mean, as a master member, you get access to the training library. but I think they're doing away with that. I don't think they've done away with it now. So if you want to get in now for your test drive as a master member and get that training library, now's the time to do it, because they're getting rid of that, and only existing master members get to keep it. You have to buy a coaching program to go with your membership if you want the training library, and that's training library is probably worth what, $100,000 easy. You know, you get a master's degree with that training library. Once you start buying MLSP products that the leaders put out, that's where you get a PhD in marketing, because the industry leaders like Ray Higdon, Diane Hockman, April Marie Tucker, Aaron Birch, Aaron Parker, you know, they're all a lot of them have their own products. Rob Four, you know, have their own products. These guys that are making 7 figures a year, teaching you how to do the marketing the correct way, you know, and that's where the PhD comes in, because you get all the free training in there that you can go through in the library, and it's years, you know, since the inception of MLSP in 2008, you get all that training, you know, and you're able to go through it. But if you want more advanced training, buy the products and educate yourself, invest in yourself. That's one of the 5 steps that Dave teaches. You know, invest in yourself, invest in your business, buy a product, you know, and then learn what's in the product, and then teach the product. So, you know, I've started doing that. You know, I've got a couple I've got my eye on. I bought the Deep Abyss, which is a mastermind. Diana Hockman takes you by the hand and takes you down in the depths of your mind, and it teaches you how to think for yourself. And I think that helps a lot of the ways that I'm able to think. You know, going through them 10 steps, you know, I just rattled off from experience. You know, I didn't script anything. I mean, these are my notes from last night's webinar. Look, it says MLSP webinar. I don't have nothing scripted. I've freewheeled this whole webinar tonight, coming from my mind, and it's from being on the 24-hour marketing workshop. It's from masterminding with Dave and Katie and Pops and all the other team members like Terry and Wilhelmina. She's in the chat, and
Yep.
Andre.
Don't forget Chris. He'll kill us.
Chris and
Pops.
Bull Vickers. Who are some of the other members? Cindy Lee, Hesh,
Ricky
Barrows.
We can just go on.
Jovi, Maria, Sonia Harris. You know, Sonia Harris has her own hangout on Tuesday afternoon. I think it's at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And
How about Ronnie?
Who?
Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie too. She hasn't been in the workshop yet, but
we're gonna get her there.
We're working on her to get there, you know, and that's something that, you know, stands out to me. Ronnie, I don't know her personally. I've talked to her a little bit. I've helped her with blogging. She is hearing impaired, and she's putting out amazing content out on the internet. She's scared to do video, which with what, you know, I know her story a little bit. She's been teased a little bit, you know, or not teased a little bit. She's been teased a lot her whole life because of her hearing problem. But there's another lady that's in the Deep Abyss, Dr. Lisa, and, you know, and I wish I could figure out how to get a hold of Dr. Lisa, because I'd like to connect the two. Because Dr. Lisa is hearing impaired too, and I'd love for Dr. Lisa to help Ronnie out and get over her fear of doing video and stuff like that. So maybe I said something to Sonia about posting in the Deep Abyss about it, because Sonia's in the Deep Abyss too. You know, maybe I can reach out to Dr. Lisa and connect her with Ronnie, and maybe she can help Ronnie out. But
that would be great. I know you're going to continue on, but I'm going to put in there. I was working with Chris Pyers the other day, and I get real shaky sometimes because I have so much nerve damage in my spine. And so I told him, you know, well, I use the voice command also. But I told him, oh, I'm real shaky. You know, he goes, that's not an excuse. We have, you know, someone that's blind on here, and he says you can spell properly. It doesn't, you know, but it's true. I mean, we have, you know, people that are blind, people that are hearing impaired. Then you know, people that, I mean, all walks of life are out here doing what we're doing. It's incredible. I can't wait to get together with everybody again.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's shooting for Live the Dream next year. You know, if we have something sooner, you know, then we'll all plan on going to that, you know. But I plan on being at Live the Dream next year, and I plan on being, you know, at least an L2 or an L3 by Live the Dream next year. So,
all right, let's do it.
You know, I have a goal this year, which I'm going to put it out there right now. I haven't put it on paper yet, but I'm going to, is I plan on being an L1 by the end of the year this year. You know, if I'm higher than L1, then cool, you know. I only need a few to hit L1, but, you know, it's not about making the sales to me. It's about people connecting with me. And I want people that connect with me. You know, when I started talking to Terry, we just kind of jived. You know, that's why Katie's my sponsor, because me and Katie, when I met Katie, we just jived. You know, we went together like peanut butter and jelly. And that's how me and Terry, we go together like peanut butter and jelly. You know, we work good together. And that's what you want in an internet marketing business. You want people that you work well with. Dave and I, you know, we can get on a hangout, just me and him, and we can talk about, the end of the conversation is it's hour and a half's going by, and we've been talking about modems, and we've been talking about, you know, everyday life, you know, and that's just because we go together. You know, Joel made a good comment. The people that come into your life are meant to come into your life. That's why they come into your life. Dave and Katie and Pops and Terry, Chris Perez, Wilhelmina, all of you, you know, Maria, Jovi, Andre, all of you were meant to come into my life. You were meant to help me grow as a person. You know, Lowell, he has a hangout. I don't know when Lowell's hangout is. I think it's Monday afternoon sometime. You know, he stepped out of his comfort zone. You know, and there I am with that stupid word again, comfort zone. But you know, Lowell's doing his own hangout too. You know, so you know, these workshops, these masterminds, they help you change your mindset, help you grow as a person, and help you work on you and step into the person that you're meant to be. I'm meant to be a leader in this industry. It's taken me a while to get there, to get where I'm at, but I know what path I'm on now. And I'm just getting started. So I hope there's a bunch of you out there that follow me. I'm kind of out of words now. I was going to cover some blogging stuff and some.
We can get it next time.
Some, you know, I was going to cover plugins and stuff like that, but you know, that's another hangout. We've gone an hour tonight. I only scheduled these for an hour, so you know, you got any last words, Katie? Or Katie, I'm sorry, Terry.
Yeah, is it the grape or the strawberry? No. Good night, y'all.
Well, I'm going to leave you with this. You know, you can do this business. You are enough. You know, you were put here for a purpose. Are you serving that purpose? If you're not serving that purpose, I'm going to ask you why. You have value to give. Somebody out there needs to hear the story that you have. I don't care if you're a disabled woman with children, or you're a recovering alcoholic, or you're a person that spent time in prison, for whatever. Somebody out there needs to hear your story. And you have to be willing to tell your story for the people to come find you. If you're not willing to tell your story, then nobody's going to find you. And when you're going to be buried in the richest place on earth, which is a cemetery, because you weren't brave enough to step out of your comfort zone and tell your story and do what you needed to do to become the person you want to be. We all have dreams. There's only one way to achieve them dreams. Chase them. So thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out Monday night, the 24-hour marketing mastermind show with Dave Renicky, Katie Stage, and Pops. Wednesday night, check out Wisdom Wednesday with Pat Patterson, Tandy Davis, Dave Sisler, Dave Renica, and Katie Stage. And Thursday night, back here on Jamie Shaw's Marketing Show. We'll see you next week.
Got it. Bye.